Hi everyone, Paul Elam here with part one of a new series titled How to Get Laid. In my recent hangout on air with Roosh V, an idea he addressed more than once in the discussion was that there was little to nothing in my work that served young men in the area of fulfilling their desire for sex with women. Actually, I have addressed this in some detail in the past. Links to the videos are in the low bar. Still, my contention with Roosh was that woven throughout the larger body of my work is a consistent message that in fact increases sexual opportunities for men of all ages. The major difference is that while Roosh's style is equivalent to driving through a construction zone, ignoring the caution signs and at twice the speed limit, my approach is more cautious, conscious, and credible. What I have not addressed in the past to any great degree is some of the more obvious fundamentals. I'll do so now, not because I think a lot of young men need to hear this, but because it is obligatory to start from the ground up. Two biggies to get out of the way are personal hygiene and weight. The first, hygiene, is simple. Make sure you're clean and well groomed. Dressing nice doesn't hurt, but I don't suggest looking like you're a GQ reader either. The other biggie is weight, but it is a more flexible problem than hygiene. Morbid obesity is a non-starter, and besides, if you're morbidly obese, you should probably be talking to a doctor before you attempt sex, possibly even with your hand. However, guys with a moderate amount of extra luggage can do well if they know how to dress. Clothes that fit and flow well around the body work. Man tits trying to bust through a t-shirt and a belt line that looks like a seismic fault circling your body gives you a Pillsbury Doughboy look that doesn't work. Those are the only real basics, guys. Everything else is attitude, personality, and self-perception. Everything else, and I mean everything, is internal. This is where what I have to say about getting laid radically departs from what you will hear from most PUAs. As always, I think in terms of the larger lesson. So my intent here is to not only inform you of how to succeed with women, but how to do so without turning into kind of a lounge lizard ready to pounce on anything with a vagina. In that light, the first things you need to learn are not about hypergamy, reproductive strategy, tossing negs, passing shit tests, or any other technique-based bullshit. Frankly, all that stuff is self-betraying garbage for weak, insecure men who don't believe in themselves. So they resort to selling themselves like they were a used car. Let me put it this way. The very first step to success with women is to forget about success with women. I mean that literally. While there may be 1 out of 100 guys who are so naturally gifted as used car salesmen, guys who can fake their way into a brief sexual encounter before she actually looks under the hood, most men are not cut from that fabric. Their efforts to play a player will come across as exactly what they are: needy and weak. If you've been around for any length of time, I'm assuming you know that needy and weak are not components of a chick magnet. They rate right up there with drooling and sticking one finger up your nostrils so you can blow snot out of the other. Since the problem here is that you're being advised to fake your way into a woman's bed, let's explore the possibility of getting there without faking. It's as simple as understanding the difference between phony and real indifference. Women, like all other human beings, are attracted to two things. One is strength, or power if you like. The other thing they're attracted to are the things they can't have. Keep this in mind as we go along. Making pussy the sole focus of your existence is the ultimate drain to personal power. So naturally, you need something else to focus on, something more important to you than a fleeting smile of approval or an ambiguous hint of interest from a woman. You need something at which to excel. Rather than just enjoy music, learn how to play an instrument. Learn how to write or create art. Learn how to build or design. Most importantly, choose something that you love, not something in which you have to fake interest. The more engrossed you become in it, the better. Why? Because excelling at something, anything, is a form of power. Excelling at something you love is self-actualization, which is perhaps the ultimate power. You can't fake your way into that. It is not a trick or a technique. It is a part of your path to more fully realize who you are as a human being. And it happens to attract women. Artists and artisans, creators of all manner, command attention. They elicit respect from men and women alike, especially fans of their particular craft. It doesn't matter if you master the piano, collect stamps, or design video games. Being known for excellence in any circle will put the available women in that circle more at your disposal. Available sex is gravy, not the meat. Get your head into that, motherfuckers. You are the meat. Treat yourself like it, and so will others. Treat yourself like an empty bowl waiting to be filled if you like, but don't complain about the world seeing you for what you are. The pursuit of pussy is a pathetic substitute for the pursuit of excellence. Your dick can't and won't understand this any more than an empty stomach can see the difference between buying a plate of food versus learning how to grow a regular supply of it. Overcoming that kind of internal drive forces you to rise above base instincts long enough to see the big picture. Think of this as thinking on behalf of your dick rather than letting your dick think for you. The point here is that you have a choice. You can be an accomplished, self-actualized man who naturally commands the attention of women and the respect of men through the pursuit of your own very personal passions, or you can just learn to parrot some gimmicks, acting like someone you're not in order to fool someone into sex with you. Either way you choose with enough effort will probably work, but I do challenge you to ask yourself some questions. If you're put in a position that you have to trust another man with something important, something vital to your life, who would you be more likely to depend on? The man whose ambitions rises above his base instincts, or the man who will say and do most anything to get what he wants? Which of these men do you think will get more satisfaction from life? Which one is the man you want to be? Yes, this implies values and why they are such a critically important part of sexual success. That video is next up in my series on how to get laid. Until then, we'll see you next time.